On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
What are booth babes? So you thought the Acolyte episode 4, all the pronoun nonsense, we're all over and done with? Oh no, we're not. Daphne Keane, who played a character I don't really care in this recent series, even attacked fans who accused the queerness and the LGBT pronoun nonsense as an attack on sensibilities, folks. And yet Wikipedia has gone after Leslie Headland, telling her you shouldn't attack true Star Wars fans because you've now rewritten the law to make it from a feminine perspective. But of course now, folks, it actually gets one step more further, more cringier than I could ever imagine. Amanda Stenberg, stem cell woman herself, you know, the non-binary actress, the hate you give, whatever you want to call her.
Recently, there's been a huge wave of unnecessary hate targeted towards those who have voiced their positive opinions towards the Acolyte. I'm just going to cut to the chase. I don't stand for hate in my community.
Uh-oh. I think I heard a toilet flush. Maybe somebody lost a turtle.
Not focusing on the past and allowing a cycle to repeat. I want new stories and I want fresh takes in Star Wars. And the fact that we're getting that proves that Star Wars is in fact not dead.
Can someone please tell me what just happened?
The name's Nukem. Duke Nukem. No, I'm not here to kick ass or chew bubblegum. I'm not here to get even with those alien bastards for shooting up my ride either. I'm here to tell you to watch Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog. So watch out for him and his babes of the 1980s. Oh, and one more thing. Hail to the king, baby.
Help me!
From Mauler, the long man himself, did she make this because everyone thinks the Acolyte is awful cringe? It's a bold strategy. Let's see how it plays out. Wrote, recorded, shot and edited in 72 hours. Yeah, you can tell. I'm assuming that Miss Stenberg doesn't actually possess editing skills like Mauler or myself. But I'm going to play some of this. I have no idea what this sounds like.
And now you're listening, I'm gonna tell you something fascinating. They spin and woke, bastardize it and appropriate it. Let's not a club, book or something we created. Speak truth to power, keep an eye out for you silly racists. And now they use it to describe anything they talking about.
That sounds like a load of shit. It truly does. What did I just watch? Let's zone out to that very quickly. And it does remind me of another actress who had a similar kind of reaction, but honestly, when I go back to Daniela Pineda, your 4'5" Faye Valentine from the live-action Cowboy Bebop from Netflix, which I might go and rewatch actually. I know it's terrible. I know it doesn't try to do anything original like One Piece did 2 years ago or last year actually. But when you watch this now, it is still cringeworthy, but at least her rant is a lot more tamer than what we just saw from Stenberg
today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that
or
sort
undress
of
a couple of things
in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize to the fans that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine character. 6 foot, double D size breast, 2-inch waist. You know, they looked everywhere for that woman and they couldn't find her. It's kind of
breasts. I just want to
weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know. Am I right?
She's got a nice ass, by the way.
There was talk about, like, can we put Daniela in a time machine and maybe give her different parents so she has different genetic information to sort of make her look better? It proved to be too complicated. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was I want to apologize that the outfit I'm wearing is not exactly what she wears in the anime. You know, we tried. But doing stunts in tissue paper, things disappear, they rip. Sometimes it just got lost. Anyway, like I was saying, that original costume, they made a couple of them, but like I said, they got sort of slurped up in my various crevices, never to be retrieved again. So we needed to really build something that could...
Yeah, I mean, do you really want to give us too much information about when you went on your toilet breaks, Miss Pineda, during the making of Cowboy Bebop? Oh, well, she's a funny lady. I say she is, and I've seen some of her extensive work. She's talented in certain areas, that's for sure. But at least her rant, when you look at it in hindsight, is a lot less cringier than Miss Stenberg, who gets out there in hot shorts, looks like a woman, despite the fact she claims to be non-binary, and attacks fans in a near-audible, god-awful piece of trashy music that someone's put together in the space of 72 hours. And as Mauler said, it clearly shows. I wonder what comments this actually has, funny enough. Thank you for this comedy gold. I prayed for this and it happened. Chills all through my body. They are everything. Old Man Grim, who I'm following actually, saying you want white people crying as your goal is just as racist. Absolutely. This is painfully bad. It isn't too late to delete this and seek help. Her name is Amandla. Exactly. Amandla needs a handler. One who can take her away in a straitjacket and lock her up for a while until she comes out and realizes she's been an absolute buffoonery buffoon of absolute buffooniness. The late great Ray Liotta, who I met at Planet Hollywood many years ago. The man was stoned out of his mind, but we had a pleasant conversation. You're never going to get that again, are you, folks? Because this, sadly, is not the 1990s anymore. It's 2024, and the world is definitely on the wrong axis, if you know what I mean, or axis. The axis is spinning out of control, and it's not going to get any better, folks. But we do have bums, boobs, and legs to enjoy in abundance, because again, you can't have a sexy female video game character anymore unless she comes from South Korea or China and maybe some outlets of Japan. And if I were you, and if you were me, and if we want to be the grinning face of the once handsome Mr. Ray Liotta, who is also behind me in No Escape. If you haven't seen that film, what's the matter with you, you buffoon? Go and watch it right now and get the American version because it's fully uncut by a 10 seconds of glory gory.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2. Hello, this is your television speaking. Let's push the button marked idiot and see what comes out.
On this channel, ladies and gentlemen, we like to get to the bottom of things. Oh my gosh. And we will discover the truth and nothing but the truth. Now, last year, I actually used a clip of Firecracker in one of my videos because those jiggle physics in her left and right rump just drove me absolutely insane. Well, Activision Blizzard have come out and they've nerfed her design. So she goes from this gorgeous bubbly bootied beauty right here to a flat pancake. Yeah, this is the time when I'll go to a supermarket and get an absolute refund. Following its initial release, a Call of Duty skin based on the appearance of the boy's newly introduced super antagonist, Firecracker, played by the very lovely Valerie Curry. It's not her first foray, by the way, into video games. She was in Detroit Become Human a few years ago. And the rare assets, folks, her beautiful rare assets have been absolutely nuked. Why? Because it's Activision Blizzard. Because Activision Blizzard come under the watchful, roaming eye of Microsoft now, don't they?
Firecracker, with a special edition of My Truth Bomb podcast coming to you live.
A wholly original to the TV series character introduced in the first episode of the 4th season of The Boys, which, by the way, I'm staying away from because, again, Eric Kripke has gone off the reservation when he attacks the fans who don't like the well, the very left-wing politics of the show. And she possesses super strength. And you think with someone who actually has super strength, they're going to have super glutes, right? They're going to look like they completely want to wreck a train and a tank and a big yacht that comes in their way, like a catamaran, for example. Yeah, she's portrayed as a social media hotshot who is genuinely, is she now? Racist and conspiratorial, and so again, she's obviously spoofing those type of characters. But I do like Valerie Curry. I mean, look at that. That's the menu. She looks hot as hell. And there she's with Captain John Price. But have a look at that. Call of Duty nerfs the boy's Firecracker skin by reducing her assets. I know, it's a sad day in hell, folks, when you can't admire the jiggle physics of an incredible booty like this. I mean, the amount of detail that's gone into this really does blow my mind. So rest in peace, Firecracker. It's not, oh my word, it's just not a great time, is it, folks? But this is it. And I mean, it's kind of hypocritical when you think about this comes from Activision Blizzard. So just a reminder, folks, this is one thing that you might have forgotten already, where they got booed at in 2018 for this debacle right here. Remember this?
The Diablo. I was curious.
Fluffy.
I was curious. I see a lot of mechanics that we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Oh boy, there you go.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Hey, if you got a phone, why don't you shove it up your ass, Diablo fans? Yay, do that. See, no care, no love, no attention to the fact that your absolute huge fan base may want to play on a PC at home, as were with the previous games. So that was one thing that they got wrong there completely. And of course, here's the other one.
I love what you guys done with Little Crest. I love the fact that you have a lot of very strong female characters. However, I was wondering if we could have some that don't look like they've stepped out of Victoria's Secret's catalog.
What do you mean?
Wait. Which catalog would you like them to step out of?
Yay!
Could you see Sylvanas looking any other way? So we feel you, and we want to vary our female characters, absolutely. So yeah, we'll pick different catalogs.
I mean, come on, lady. If you're just going to stand on there and say, hey, listen, we don't want scantily clad depictions of World of War characters. Can you just dress them up in fully covered outfits? Look, there are women out there who want to see sexy versions of video game characters in there, right? They want to see them in the game. It's fine that she stood. I mean, I'll give the lady some credit here. She stood up, she asked a question, but the rebuttal she got, not once, but at least 3 times on the all-male panel. Again, this is the sort of thing that comes back and haunts and hurts Activision Blizzard. They've got a lot of repairing to do. Bobby Kotick, I think, is still overseeing operations until he gets his golden parachute into oblivion. The same Bobby Kotick who could have redistributed his bonuses to all the underpaid developers under his wing, right? But he's not done that. So yeah, lady, you gave it your best shot, but I do want to see sexy female characters in my video games. I've always been drawn to them, and I also like to draw them as well when I get a chance. But you know, another fading memory, folks, that will never ever get here again. E3 booth babes. And thanks to this gentleman called Lost in Place, we actually have to take a deep, in-depth dive now into what are booth babes. Take it away.
What's up, gamers? It's Lost in Place. So as you all know, I just got back from E3, and I'm about to report the biggest news that I've captured while I was down there. What are booth babes? Well, for one, they're sexy chicks. 2, they're wearing really sexy outfits. And number 3, it seems they really love nerds. So let's examine the evidence and see if that's true. Okay, so actually, the truth is they're hot chicks that get paid to dress up in sexy outfits and pretend to love nerds.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I still love them. So let's share with you.
I like this guy here with the spiky hair. He's very much like me. Oh, gosh. I will leave a link for you in the channel, boys and girls, because I know you're going to ask me for that, aren't you? I mean, yes. Rest in peace, booth babes. They're paid to pretend to like nerds, not to hit on them. But having said that, you will get some good-looking nerds who turn up. And maybe, just maybe then the booth babe in question might not be able to help herself and think, oh my god, that nerd is so hot. I want to get to know him better. Or her maybe, because that could happen as well. So what an absolute shame, folks, that... you know, we get the nerfing of another character. It just makes me laugh. And on that one, folks, if you want to get to the bottom of things here, you can always DM me. You can always like or comment in the video below, and I'll do my earnest to get back to you. Can't think of any more punchlines at the moment, but I'm pretty sure you can come up with one or two, as the case might be, if you see my other screen right now. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like below, smash and like that subscribe button, and if I were you, and if you were me, you might want to come back for the next video.
Rolling down to Dallas, my blues provide my palace. And off to New Orleans, or who knows where. Places new and ladies too. I'm BJ McKay, and this is my best friend Dan.